Hello, welcome back to Games Week Berlin here in Berlin. Thanks to Pontius playing these great games from Germany in Thailand, a Swedish venture capitalist, really nice guy. Thanks a lot. And right now our next point is playing Rise of Humanity, a roguelike deck building, card building games. Have you guys played an analog digital version of card deck building games?
Well, yeah, I mean, besides the usual stuff that I used to play with my grandma when I was a kid, I was a lot into Pokemon trading card game when I was in high school, which also kind of became, it came from a digital game and then it was turned into an analog card game in a way. And there even was later a digital version of the card game, which was kind of like went in full circle. And then later on, I invested some time and also money into Magic the Gathering, which is a little more complex version of that. And it's also probably like the biggest analog card game.
You have experience with
a little bit, yeah.
And you, Marcus, how about?
For me, card game wise, it was more. I'm more stuck on the grandma level of playing card games, and.
But you also started with the grandma level.
Of course, I'm a hardcore Mau player.
Wow.
Yes, but so for digital card games, I never really got into that.
Is there a special reason for that, or?
For me, it was always like that. Card games are for me not just immersive enough. I like to when I play games, I like to explore worlds and dive into the story and walk around and find stuff. And I can't really do that in card games.
Okay, but I mean, we all know that in the last couple of years, games like Hearthstone or the digital version of Magic the Gathering have blown up. Everyone is talking about stuff like that. Can you imagine that there are games like maybe Rise of Humanity who mash up different gameplay mechanics, different genres with this card deck building fundament that maybe you appreciate, or you?
Sure, yeah. I mean, I actually also played a game during Gamescom. There were a bunch of demos out there, and one was an actual mashup of this like tower defense-ish kind of game where you spawn the monsters and you have to defeat the towers, and you spawn monsters by playing cards. So you also build your deck by defeating certain bosses or something. You can draw, you can augment your cards and your deck. So I always really like when you take an established game mechanic like this and put the deck building mechanic on top of it, because that already comes with this sense of progression. You buy more cards or you acquire more cards, either via real money or something in game, and then you always want to keep going. You have this nice gameplay loop that works really well.
Right, yeah. There's this large audience who likes card and deck building games, so it's great to just try to grab them into your game, to have this unique selling point, another game mechanic, and mash it up for this audience. So, Marcus, have you played a digital version or stuff like that? A mash-up, maybe?
Not really, no.
Not really. But you're missing the immersive point. Is there any idea in your head how you can imagine that? I mean, there's a game called it's a horror game. It's from an indie dev where you sit at a table and there is in the shadows there is a man in the background. I think you can only see his eyes, and you play like tarot cards. That's the right word, I think. Mm-hmm. And you need to play the right cards to against the AI to survive. That's an example for maybe an interesting new twist play against a really intelligent AI in a horror scenario, which other card deck building games don't do. I mean, Hearthstone is in the Warcraft universe, and Magic is in a fantasy universe, so there is a lot of room and a lot of space. And Rise of Humanity, for example, plays in a dystopian scenario where, like the Terminator movies, where humanity has built a really great AI, which now rules the world, and you play as a survivor in a small survivor camp. I think we need to name the camp, and to see how it looks like, let's just look at the trailer, I think. Okay. So we're back. What do you guys think about what? I mean, there are these chests with these cards, nice graphics, these large AI robots. What do you guys think?
My first impression is I'm probably going to be too stupid for that.
I mean, you have this interactive, you have this story element in there. Do you think that's something that could catch you?
Maybe. I'm eager to see the game.
But what you guys don't know, Valentina is sitting right there next in our gaming booth and will now start the tutorial.
Yeah,
First time, blind playthrough through the tutorial.
Oh, but I already named our world. It's the Hideout. It's Strolch World, of course. And I think I need the headphones because the music in the trailer was just so nice. But yeah, I'm a bit scared that I'm going to be too.
That's no problem. You play on.
You're
sure that you want to play on the normal difficult?
Yeah, not completely.
How is your experience, Valentina? How is your experience with car and deck building games?
Yeah, actually, I just played Gwent in Witcher 3 a lot. But first, I hated Gwent, and then I kind of got addicted when I finally understood how the game worked. But now, okay, blah blah blah. Start the tutorial. Okay, will do. So I'm under welcome. Take a look around. Rotate the camera with Q and E. Okay.
Just the basic tutorial.
And do click setup complete. Yes. This is your hand. Okay.
And it reminds me a lot of, right now the first screen reminds me a lot of XCOM and stuff like that. All the other great turn-based games that have been released in a couple of last years.
Okay, so I have cards for moving. I'm just going to do this, drag it in the middle of the screen. Oh.
So guys, what do you think about the game? Your first impressions of the gameplay?
From what I saw from the trailer, because I mean, of course, Valentina's still figuring out the basics right here. It also looks to me like this XCOM-ish tactical game where you can, kind of map out your moves. You don't really have to do anything in real time, which is also always something that I prefer. So I can take my time to plan the moves ahead and everything. So this already looks like something I could enjoy, I guess. So, the way it looks like it's you basically draw your possible actions as cards and then have to play them strategically, and this basically dictates what you're doing, I guess.
Seems so. That's right. Markus?
When I see this, I'm immediately looking at this from a game designer's point of view, and I see how complicated this could get. So I'm still thinking I'm too stupid for that.
For them to develop, or for players to play?
To play, both, of course.
Both, of course, as always.
No, I'm always impressed when I see games that are so complex, because when I have the feeling I would not really be able to defeat them. I'm so impressed with the game designers that they come up with so complex structures and ideas that stack on each other, and it's just because we make games that are really easy to just walk around. And
you make story games.
You make story games, yes.
But in defense for this game, this is an early version, an alpha demo, so I think there will be story modes, so there will be more immersive stuff, there will be hopefully cutscenes and a huge world to explore, so maybe then it will pull you in.
Yeah. Actually, I never played a card game. I never really played a card game, and maybe it's something I would really enjoy. I just didn't do it before.
Yeah. So, Valentina, how does it feel? Your first few steps in the game?
Oh, it's pretty confusing so far, because I need to understand like the enemy range, like what can he actually do. But I think the tutorial like pretty much shows me right click on the right, highlight it. But
is there a rabbit down there, or what? I can't
yeah,
really
this is I have cards for moving and cards for attacking, and also like cards for dodging or whatsoever. And now I just moved first a bit, and then I woke up the enemy, and the enemy seems to be like a big scary robot. And now I'm trying to run away and also want to attack him. And he says I should right-click on this, but
on the highlight, on the red hex.
Maybe I should.
There is a red hex somewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe use Q and E to rotate the camera.
Rotate the camera.
No. Why not?
So, okay.
Maybe I have to.
Maybe this is
cancel
a-
First, right-click on the highlighted red hex to charge. Yes.
You can find it. We trust in you.
I just say no. I
Or
can't.
maybe an option is that we give Utz a try, because Utz, as a veteran card game player who had played
Sure, yeah.
Pokemon and Magic and stuff like that, so maybe you want.
I mean, sure. I'd like to.
try
I
to solve
honestly
the
think.
problem?
I honestly think that we're looking at an issue of this version. This looks like a bug to me because
Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that Valentina's doing what she's supposed to do. So
Yeah, I think I'm.
yeah. So maybe
That's no problem.
maybe we just restart the app.
We can
Yeah,
ask the developer.
that's a good idea.
He's here right
I will
now.
just restart it.
Yeah. All right.
Let's just talk to Mike Kölk. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Yes,
Hello.
I can.
Hello, Mike.
Hello,
Mike.
Mike.
Can you hear me?
Nice to. Of course we can. Hello, nice to meet you. So you are from Belgium, from Cybernetic Walrus, and
Yes.
you have studied at the DAE, the Digital Arts and Entertainment. What's it called?
It's Digital Arts and Entertainment. It's a course in game development and game art that is taught in Kortrijk at Ho West. It's a bachelor degree. And in 2017 and 2018, it was nominated by the Rookies. That's a competition organized by Autodesk as the best game education in the world, actually. So.
Yeah. Okay. So tell us more about your game.
Yeah, so what you've seen is the tutorial of Rise of Humanity. I don't know why you got stuck there, so apologies for that.
No problem.
It's
We
still
all
an
know the
alpha
problem.
version. Yeah, but yeah, the idea is indeed that you build your deck while you play the game. So it's basically a whole long while ago. I'm also a board gamer myself, and I like to play games like Dominion. And other of these deck building games. And I wondered, like a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, why there wasn't really any game out there that used this deck building mechanic. And then when we actually filed for funding in Flanders, Slay the Spire came out. And so that was an immediate hit. So we knew that, yeah, it would be a good idea to develop a game that has those similar mechanics. But what we wanted to do is do something different. And I'm also a strategy fan. I like XCOM, which I've already heard you guys talk about.
Yeah.
It's definitely an influence for this game as well. So it's a bit of a combination between deck building, like we know in Slay the Spire, and the strategy of XCOM. Of course, we can't go really as deep, or we don't want to really go as deep in the strategy part. So there's no height modifiers or anything like that. I think the complexity already comes from playing the cards.
Sounds good to me. Sounds good. And what about your inspirations for the setting? Do you also like Terminator dystopian stuff, or why have you chosen this type of setting?
Well, for us, it made sense that something happened in the world where an AI took over. So the first game we did, Anti-Graviator, is a racing game. It's also a futuristic racing game. So we like the sci-fi kind of style. And we really wanted to stick with that. So that's why we decided to go into that kind of style. And so the idea is indeed, like you mentioned, there are a few people still out there that want to survive. So they find this old abandoned a theme park, yeah.
Yep.
And they build it up again, and that's your home base. And from there on, you play missions. So there's gonna be a story mode as well. It's still pretty early in the development. I mean, we have most of the features in, but we still need a lot of content to go into the game. So while you play missions, there's a story mode. But for now, we're really focusing on something called daily challenges, where people play a new challenge each day, like we've seen also in games like Slay the Spire and Monster Train. And that's already something in the game right now that people can enjoy. If they join our Discord server, they can apply for our alpha testing and join in.
Nice. So, what were the challenges that were most hard to overcome while developing Rise of Humanity?
There's been plenty of challenges.
As always, of course, we are devs by ourselves, so.
Yeah. Well, for us, there's a lot of new things that we didn't do. Like the first game was a racing game, so we hardly had any animations. So that was for us new as well. We needed to, get used to creating animations, to rigging characters and skinning characters. And that definitely was new. And then there's the whole card system, of course, because there's a lot of interaction that goes on between the game world and the card itself. So coming up with a system that allows for all of that was pretty complex. And then there's also the AI, where we have a behavior tree that makes sure that the AI, because the AI actually also plays cards. So it's not like we created an AI that has its own rules. It actually also has a deck of cards that it plays. So it does the same thing as the player.
That
so
really sounds interesting.
I have a question about the complexity of the game, Mike. What would you say if your last card game was Solitaire on Windows 95? How accessible or difficult would it be to play your game?
It's going to be a lot more difficult. I'm pretty sure.
I'm out.
But maybe the story will catch you.
If you're used to playing games like Magic the Gathering or like the Pokemon card game, I think a lot of the things we're trying to do should hopefully feel natural. As I've played a lot of card games myself, so we're really trying to make it so that it's easy to pick up for players who play these kind of games.
Sounds good. So I have one question to you. What about exploding rabbits? I've heard that there are exploding rabbits in your game. Why are they there, and which role do they play in the game?
So basically, the bunny is the mascot. It's actually the mascot of the theme park. And so the story is that the hunter he actually found a box full of these bunnies, and he stuffs them up with dynamite and throws them at the enemy.
Okay, so that's one of your standard attacks or weapons, or are there different weapons? Are there different attacks?
Yeah, it's specific. It's a specific attack that the hunter can do. So basically, I heard you people say that as well. Like every card is an action. So basically, each turn you draw 5 cards. And those 5 cards are 5 actions that your character can actually do. And one of these actions, one of the cards is called Exploding Bunny. So if you play that card, you can, over a range, I think, of 3, have an area of effect. It's more like a grenade, actually, that you throw, but in the form of a bunny, which makes it a lot more fun.
Okay, so Utz, what about you? Have you a question to Mike? Something you want to know about the game? As deck building veteran.
Yeah, how does the actual deck progression work in here? So we've seen Valentina do mostly like basic combat and movement, but how do you actually acquire new cards? Is there some kind of rarity system that correlates to that strength and all of that stuff? How does that work?
Yeah, so basically the demo that you're playing, I think it has around 25 cards, which is not a lot at the moment. We are looking at a total of 270 when we are going to release the game. Actually, in the alpha, we're getting ready to push out a new update which will introduce 40 new cards. Now, cards they have a few things. They have a rarity, but they also have what we call a star value. The higher the star value, the better that specific card gets. So if you go into the hideout, you have the possibility to upgrade cards, but there's also a possibility to merge cards. So in a deck building game, it's also important that you keep your deck small so that it's very potent and helps you a lot. So we need to find ways to make the deck smaller, and that's also what we do by merging. So you could have two different cards, for example, a run card and a shoot card, and you could combine that into a run and gun card. So that's also how you get cards. And then there's, of course, in game itself, when you kill an enemy, you will be able to loot one of three cards. There's also these chests that you can find in the game. If you open a chest, then also that will give you a card. Now, you're not playing one character. So in the tutorial, you only see the hunter, but we actually have in the full game, there's going to be 8 characters. So now in the full demo, there's 3. You also have a medic, and you also have a hacker, and all of them have their own deck. So if they kill a specific enemy, it's them that get to loot the card. So that means that you will need to take care of who's gonna do the final blow as well, if you want a certain character to loot a card, or who's gonna move to a certain chest if you want them to get a specific card. Now there's also skills which are not active yet, and you gain skill points by doing these small missions within the mission. They're called battle goals. So if you complete a battle goal, you get skill points, and with these skill points, you can also improve the skills. The hunter, for example, has a skill that can turn any card into a move 1 card because he's really focused on moving. So there's a lot of these mechanics in the background as well.
That sounds really interesting. There's a question in the chat. Batimati is asking you or us, no, you, when talking about decks and cards, are you working with an organizing tool like, for example, Codex, or how do you organize your development? So Codex, do you know Codex?
No.
No, so that's,
You will love that.
maybe Utz, you're really into Codex. Please give us a quick overview of Codex.
Sure. I mean, we're not. I mean, technically, we're affiliated with them, aren't we? I'm not really sure if we are actually allowed to do that right now, but you know, it's a project management tool that uses this card collection metaphor for organizing project management and tasks, stuff like that. And it's yeah. I mean, I just see the similarities here.
Actually, Codex was the last card game I played.
It's true, yeah.
Technically, yeah.
So,
But I have one more question about your game, because the story part is very interesting for me. And I'm wondering, can you explain more how you tell the story in your game, and how do this mechanics with the cards, this complicated mechanics and this fine-tuned systems help you with telling the stories, or how does this make it maybe even more difficult to tell a story in the game?
The story, that's something. We're actually working with somebody that is working a lot on the story still. The thing is, so what we have is what we call story missions. So there's specific missions you need to go through to progress the story, but in between you can also play random missions. For the daily challenge system, we have a system where a random mission is generated. Those are basically to build up or make your character stronger, get extra cards, and so on. But then at a certain point, when you're strong enough, you will go into a story missions, and these story missions, they will unlock new characters for you. So you start out with a hunter, but in the next mission, you will actually meet a hacker, and you will unlock her, and you take her with you on the next battle. And so eventually, after like half of the story missions, you will end up with your 8 characters, and then you can start mix and matching. But yeah, it's of course very complex to tell a story. We're also an indie studio, so we need to be a bit careful like how we handle this. So this is mostly what we're doing right now is, but it's not in yet, is that there's going to be dialogue, like when somebody is in the hideout or you go in the beginning of a mission, that there's some form of dialogue that you can see. Then you play through the mission, and then there's some ending dialogue as well that explains what the mission is about or what you're trying to achieve. But basically, the big lines of the story are that you create this base, and you try to win from the AI in the end. But I'm not going to spoil too much about the story because otherwise, yeah, there's not much to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, so thanks, Mike, for your time. Thanks for presenting your game here. We wish you the best with Rise of Humanity and developing it, and hope to see you soon.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks. So it's now it's your turn.
Playing the game?
Yes. I mean,
Absolutely. Let's do it.
you're maybe the most competent guy here in this room.
You will be. I just quit it, and so you can replay the tutorial sometimes.
Sure. But I thought you did well.
Maybe we can ask
Be honest.
we can ask all the people in the chat, how should we name our home base when you start your next run?
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, freshly disinfected for
Valentina, how was your experience with Rise of Humanity?
I'm pretty good so far, but like deck building games is like not my strength in playing, I would say. Also, it's an alpha, so sometimes it it didn't crash, but like the moves I was supposed to make didn't work, and then I had to retry. But yeah, I think if I would know somebody who's a deck building game, I really love the animations of the enemies. They are really nice, and I like the setting, the dystopian setup, and so on.
Especially with the theme park setting.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Yeah, but
I like that.
I didn't make it over the tutorial. Sorry. But I'm pretty interested if Utz will manage to.
That's okay if it's a fun tutorial.
It was a fun tutorial.
Tutorial today.
That's what counts.
Yeah,
Utz,
no.
We have a name?
are you ready?
Or a theme park?
We have a name.
hideout?
Utz Schauder.
Utz Schauder.
Yeah, perfect.
Sure. Well, all right, here we go.
Well, Utz Schauder is then. And you also will play on normal or?
It
I mean,
doesn't matter.
No.
We can let the chat decide.
We can let the chat decide. Okay, so which difficulties do we have?
So it's 1 is easy, 2 is normal, up until Nightmare, which is 4. So
Enemies are much stronger.
Okay.
So I
Yeah,
mean, but
no,
you're
just go for normal.
let's go for normal.
Yeah, please.
Just choose normal.
Can play
Just choose normal.
Nightmare. Chat
It was
wants
Nice, please.
confused.
Be nice to Utz. Be nice.
Yeah.
This is first time. Choose normal.
all right.
In Robo World.
Oh,
And it's the tutorial, so and I think he's going to need it
Okay.
to just understand.
If Robo World is a real thing, would you go there?
If what?
Robo World, the theme park.
World. Oh.
It depends if there are big machines who try to kill me, then probably
Well,
not.
yes, of course, yes. There will be.
Yeah, then no. Then that's a no for me.
But you can play with cards there.
Oh.
Yeah, still a no.
Still a no.
Still a no.
So you two are not really into the card games thing.
I'm not into dying that much.
To die.
Yeah,
That's interesting. That's really
the
interesting.
point.
So, but let's watch Utz's first steps in Utz Schauder's home base world in Robo World.
Let's tell us what you're doing there.
an enemy just woke up. I'm a little scared, I must say.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I have to advance with care and destroy it. Just not very nice, but I'll play along. So we're gonna play the walk card to get closer.
Do your character have a name, or are you just this?
I think this is just the
this
class.
guy? Maybe he is called Hunter.
He's called Hunter.
Hunter is a pretty cool name, pretty cool hero
It's his
name.
nickname.
Hunter
yes.
Schauder.
Hunter Schauder, yeah.
Hunter Schauder.
So basically, I drag cards into the screen, and then I perform the action of the cards.
On your character, or where you want, or just drop them off in the screen.
I just drop them off, and right now I can't really tell if it's still my turn or something, but I didn't really end my turn yet, so I guess it is. So
You
Looks so.
click
I mean,
move here.
Moving closer.
Yeah. And we're gonna need to prepare ourselves.
Are you prepared?
Okay, so you see those 2 quick reflexes cards in your hand? I think I do.
So these are reflexes, the
cards.
dodge, and
And
what are these? The other cards on your left?
Okay, they don't
left
do
side?
anything during my turn, but they could activate during an enemy's turn.
Oh, okay.
So-
So you sometimes play simultaneously, or you have time to react.
No, I think I actually play them now to prepare for the enemy's turn. That's how I
okay.
understand it. So
Okay.
I'm supposed to play both of them, and that will.
You can't pick more than one
set
card.
up-
no, you
Looks like it.
can pick 2 or 3 or 4. Like it depends on like how many cards are like making sense in that moment.
Yeah. So I guess you could
okay.
play as many as you
Yeah.
technically can.
So you build up a stack.
Yeah, but now after you end a turn, you get new cards.
Okay.
And so sometimes you like need to end a turn, even if it's
Let's
like
do it.
damaging
If you don't want to,
because
yes.
you don't
Yes,
have
yes, yeah.
moving cards
understand.
or so.
So the question is this AI robot called Crusher? Is this his nickname or?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when he attacks us, you will see why.
Yeah. The enemy just attacked me, and this is where my reaction cards really shine.
Okay.
So that's cool.
Time to shine, Utz.
So
Time to attack.
I managed
Time
to
to
dodge both of the Crusher's punches.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is your second round.
I think it is.
So a round ends when your hand is empty, kind of.
No, I can end it manually. But I mean, I suppose if there's nothing else for me to do, the only action I have left is ending the turn. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
And now the enemy moved towards me. The Crusher tried to attack me, but I dodged both attacks. And now
Okay.
I'm getting taught how to melee attack. Let's do that.
Now it's time to fight back. Utz.
Hunt back.
Assert dominance.
Third dominance.
So
Third dominance in robot world.
I will do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is
So
your turn. This is charge. What is he doing? Jumping on Crusher.
okay, there are
And the
different types of attack cards, I suppose. So there's a melee attack with a range of 1 hex cell. Then there's a movement and attack card, so the one before, where I go back first and then jump towards the enemy, I think. This ranged area attack weapon. Oh, this is the bunny. The exploding
Yes,
bunny.
The exploding
Bunny
bunny.
bomb.
Okay.
And we also can see that there are different card types. White ones or gray ones, green ones.
Okay, deals 1 damage for each hex moved. Okay, that's... So I suppose if I go back 2 hexes, it does 2 damage,
Straight line.
I guess. Is there something like defense or something? Or is the damage number actually the damage I'm gonna do?
Maybe you need to find out.
3 damage
Let's
sounds
give it a
pretty good.
try.
5 damage.
Will the damage will there be an explosion radius? Will it hit you?
Yeah.
It will.
Okay.
So maybe just like go and then throw the bunny.
Just go back, throw the bunny, then charge.
No, I could actually also
That's
throw
it.
the bunny behind the Crusher and not hurt myself. But the question I have now is, can I actually attack twice or only once? So
Just give it a try. I mean,
I'm just gonna do the standard melee attack first. Okay, so I
that's why we are all in
Put it
this
in
tutorial
here.
right now.
execute with a sharp axe, blah blah blah. Right click. Yeah, let's do the attack. Bam.
Oh.
Yeah.
Something happened.
You showed the
So was
Crusher
it-
who's boss.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get it now. All right. Play some other
And-
cards now. Okay, so I can wait. But I didn't do. Did I do 3 damage?
Seems
the
so.
chat?
Oh, I think the Crusher also. It had this icon next to the name. So I
The
think
dodge icon.
dodged 1 damage.
Ah, okay.
Maybe. Okay, let's actually.
Chat wants you to play the bunny card on YOLO base.
Yeah, but it won't actually kill the thing. I want to kill it with the bunny card. So I'm going to do the charge first.
But don't you need to move back first to get more damage?
Oh, I thought it did both at the same time. Okay, then let's move. Wait, what am I?
If you're running away from enemies, he will hit you?
Okay,
If you're
let's
running
do
away?
that.
Okay. No, you will lose cards, or?
Yeah. I will discard the second move because I don't need it.
Okay, that's interesting.
Now
That's
I do
interesting.
the charged attack.
So that's a flea mechanic, kind of.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was a little quick, but okay. Now this only has 4 HP left. So now, I will just try to kill the thing with
With the bunny?
with the bunny.
Kill it with the bunny. Hopefully. The chat wants you to kill it with the bunny.
Yes.
Nice.
GG.
Nice. Oh, but you need to kill all enemies.
It's a lot of damage.
So you only woke up one enemy.
That's true, but now I can
Maybe.
actually loot some stuff.
There's one more, and
Ah,
I
you
didn't
can-
manage to kill it. Spoiler. So
So I guess
You can choose between.
I can
loot
choose
that
either
okay.
card now. So
Okay.
I'm gonna go for the movement card.
And we have also seen that in the trailer there are chests somewhere around. I mean, okay, well, we are in the tutorial right now, but there are chests in the game which you can find and open and get even more cards.
Also,
to have-
there is one. You're
There is
spoiling
one?
the next
There is one.
thing. There is one, yeah.
There's a chest. I think
is a
it's
chest.
here. I think that's the chest.
Yeah.
But you can't move without using cards.
That's
So
true.
there is no free roam mode or something like that.
Let's move towards
Just
the
move
chest,
there.
I guess. Question is, can I also attack an empty cell? Can I use
Give it a
that
try.
to
Why
move?
not?
That would be fun. Let's try that out.
Have you attacked it? No.
I can.
Okay. And he's just like, okay, let's do it. Why not?
Yeah. On
Just
YOLO
walk
base, you
over
know?
there. A toolbox.
Wait, so I'm near a toolbox.
What are these signs in the upper right corner of your screen?
I think it's the objectives, like
Looks
kill
like it, yeah.
all enemies.
Maybe.
Alpha demo.
So your
stuff.
primary objectives and secondary, for example.
Can you hover over the thingies
I can click it, but
and then?
nothing shows up.
Okay. Yeah, then.
Okay, I think I'm done with playing cards. I mean, I could play the dodge card, but I don't think this enemy will reach
Can you
me.
dodge the chest?
So I'm just gonna not do anything. End my turn.
No, don't
Or
dodge.
just
don't-
no.
No, don't dodge the chest.
Oh, it's okay. I mean, I can.
What happened?
I think he
The turn ended, and
turn ended,
the-
but the
Oh, but-
enemies aren't array. Yeah,
it's true. I can immediately.
so it is kind of a free roam mode.
Yeah, let's do that. Go to the chest, pick up some loot. Yeah, I mean, that's a
And
no-brainer.
there's a gun
Nah.
on your left.
There's another
Ranged
chest.
attack.
Ah.
Yeah, but I want to use the bunny. I mean, this is obviously more OP than the gun.
Chat.
Chat.
Bunny or gun?
Bunny or gun?
It's,
Chat, give us the bunny or run.
Don't be so lazy. Tell us, bunny or gun?
Time to wake up.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
10
10
seconds.
seconds? 10 seconds.
Bunny.
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 Right,
Bunny,
let's
of
go.
course.
Yeah.
Wait, I also got some XP or something. There was a number popping up. I don't know what that meant. Did you see that?
No.
No.
Plus 145.
No, not really, but
Did anybody see that?
no.
Okay.
Maybe the chat.
Maybe that was.
What would be an interesting question is, do you have infinite cards in your deck, or
But
do
wait a
you-
minute,
can
where's
you
the
run
bunny
out of
now?
cards? I think it's in your deck right now, but not on your hand. So you will maybe randomly
Okay.
draw it afterwards.
Okay.
Ah.
You can also like discard cards, I think. It's like if you need one, I don't know.
If you need one.
Is this
No, you
dude
can
already
if you
awake?
end your turn, you get cards on your hand.
I think it is. So now I'm probably gonna get wasted next turn. So I'm gonna move closer. YOLO. And then play a dodge card because that's actually cool. I like that mechanic. I like
There's
that you can
also
kind
this-
of anticipate something.
There's also this end hero turn. Can you push the end hero turn button while you have 5 cards in your hand or more
I
cards?
think
in
so,
your
yeah. Can do it anytime.
Oh,
Okay, that was.
he crushed you.
Wait, but I can crush him back. See, I have lots of attack cards. I'm just gonna attack him a million times, and I think that's gonna work. Just try it out. There you go. Take this.
So right now you're getting used to it.
I am. Let me see. This is easy. Now I'm gonna play the bunny card and totally destroy.
Finally.
Finally. Nice. Kill all
Easy.
enemies. It's green.
That's it.
You
Did it,
finished
right?
the tutorial. Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Teeny
Pro gamer.
Wow. Programmer.
program.
Mission success.
Programmer.
Awesome.
I love the
Nice.
sound as
That's
well.
cool. Yeah.
And I think it's free to play. Not the whole game is free to play, but this tutorial demo and daily challenges you can download on Steam right now, I think.
Yep.
So if you like what you've seen, what you saw, download the game, try it out, play it. Marcus, what about you? If you like the game, do you want to play it, try it out?
And you want
be
me to
better
play,
than,
right?
be faster than. How much turns have you needed to finish?
One.
One, of course, one. No, it were 3, 4 turns.
Yeah, 4 or 5 maybe.
4 turns. That's
4 turns. 4 turns.
Okay, easy.
Can you beat 4 turns?
Yeah, sure.
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 Then give it a try, Marcus.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, and of course, the chat can decide how we name our Marcus home base in Robo World. Swords.
Yes, Chris.
We can try. Maybe we can try a daily challenge, but only if it's available. You can choose.
What's the name?
And you should play in hard mode, the chat is saying.
No.
I'm sorry.
Marcus, try out one of the daily challenges, maybe.
Daily challenges.
Yes, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
Kill all enemies, kill all enemies, kill all enemies.
Can you do that? Can you select them and
Stressful. Hacker. I'm the hacker. Oh, no.
that's
Okay, okay.
nice.
I
Now
see.
you have 3 characters. Okay.
That's the description now. I have
Interesting.
Hunter, hacker, medic.
Okay. I mean, you have seen
Okay.
you have seen the tutorial
I have
couple
seen
of times,
everything,
so
it's no problem. I just
Yeah.
defeat that shit.
but you can actually name the base now. That's a little sad.
Yeah, that's
Because there were some really good suggestions around here. For example, YOLO base or high security world.
high security. World.
arc enemy kill the indicated
or
enemy.
beer paradise. I like that one as well.
Confirm arc
Name
enemy
it
kill the enemy.
Hochsicherheitsworld. Beer Paradise.
Select the battle goal.
Okay, I have.
Select a battle goal for the hacker. So now you have more classes available.
Oh. It's going to be hard.
Just choose everything with easy, Marcus.
Ah, that's the okay.
better
I
for
didn't see
everyone.
The difficulty.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Setup complete.
You can do it. Setup complete on the lower right screen.
Aha.
Aha.
Aha. Okay.
So there are only
Move.
7 enemies around. No problem for you.
Move. I want to move. Where do I drag this?
Yeah, like in the middle.
Just there. And then I can.
Just play like your grandma told you that.
Yeah, my grandma told me to.
Yeah, right click. Right click.
Right click.
Clear.
Okay.
So and you can switch between
Who's
these
dangerous?
characters, or
And pressing Q and E rotates the camera. That might be useful.
Aha. Okay. So what do I do now? I have no idea.
You have a bunny?
do you have a bunny? Maybe try to use another character.
But how? Ah.
Do they have different sets of cards? It seems like they have
Can
the
you
same.
switch between the
Oh,
characters
I
so that we can
switch
see?
between the characters,
no,
but
you-
I have the same cards.
Oh, you share the
okay.
hand. That's interesting.
Yeah, nobody told me that.
But I mean, I wonder how that
Mike told us that different character classes have different effects on different cards.
Okay, because that was I was wondering if it was just like 3 characters that share the same
So-
hand and same deck.
That's right. He told us that, let me remember, the hunter can transform cards to movement cards or to use them to move one hex field. So you need to think more about which class plays which card.
But we don't know about the other class yet, right?
Not really, no.
So I think it's just trial and error.
Of course,
What's the other class? It's hacker or medical?
We have both of
medic.
those, I think.
Oh no, we have them all.
Hunter, medic, and hacker.
Okay. YOLO, Markus.
Each
Yolo,
class
I'm
has its
just
own
looking around.
cards.
So I'm playing this as a walking simulator.
Each class has its
Oh,
own
okay. On the top is the turn order, so you actually can switch between those, but you're
okay.
just actively controlling one of the characters at a given time.
card. Okay, thanks a lot, Mike.
Does this mean I have to go to this one because the arrow indicates this?
Yeah.
Okay, then
do
just
as,
move,
they
move.
told you.
What can the medic do? Can the medic heal people? I mean, I guess. But
I think so.
Well, I mean,
I mean,
I don't see any medic cards there.
Maybe.
What's the?
What is the ability of the hacker?
like
he
maybe
can
hacking
hack?
the machines.
Yeah, that makes
Like
sense.
disable attack or
Or
something.
make them attack each other, maybe. Sounds like
That would be
something.
great.
Yeah,
That would be great. Maybe there's a special card for that.
probably.
I mean, they have mentioned that there are only 25 cards in the game right now, and they want to implement up to 200.
Right.
What
So these.
cards are these? Can you?
Yeah, they're
read
specially
them?
colored.
This is ranged attack. Attacks an opponent 3 hexes away.
I mean, we can ask Mike. He's in the chat, so Mike, what are these purple colored cards? Are they rare
Yeah.
or are they class specific cards?
I guess it's class specific. The hacker and the hunter has the green ones, and the other one, violet.
Okay.
I guess. Yeah.
Class specific, and hacker can immobilize and disarm.
Why?
Okay.
So
Purple is
create
class
tactical
specific.
advantages
Yeah.
on the battlefield, I suppose.
Yeah, but your medic is going to die.
Yeah,
And your hunter is going to die.
Oh,
Oh, but these are a lot
Enemy
of
activities.
enemies.
well, maybe you shouldn't have split them.
Yeah, maybe. Mike, have you thought about making a version without these crushers?
Write it in the chat.
Write it in the chat.
but with
Jack.
just these small cleaning robots.
Yeah, little
Oh.
like the brooms, or what are they called? Like Roombas or some
Roomba, yeah,
Oh.
I think so. Mike, can you please make a version with just?
I don't know what
I thought like the vacuum robots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike says, thought about it, but it's not as fun without the
Oh.
crushers in it. I mean, I can relate.
Well, bunny.
Yeah.
Always use the bunny.
Yeah.
And I saw that.
Okay, guys. So I think Marcus, you gave your best. It was nice to see the other classes and the other options. But what are your opinions about Rise of Humanity?
I'm positively surprised, I must say. It's interesting. It still seems very early. There's lots of polish missing, but I mean that's the nature of an alpha version, I suppose. But I can see this going in an interesting direction.
Yeah. I also think you get the idea of how to play it and how it worked out in the end.
It's actually more fun to watch it than to play it. Because
For you.
I agree.
because like it's not the kind of game I like to play, but I enjoyed Utz playing it, and I also enjoy you playing it.
Thank
As a
Like, really,
person.
I enjoy
As a person.
you playing it. It's
Yeah, maybe one day I will play it for you the whole weekend long.
oh,
Oh yeah.
hey, perfect.
Yeah.
A dream weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I really like about this, just as a last remark, is games like these that are turn-based and where you have to actually think about stuff and you have time to think about. They're super good co-op games where just you sit on with another person on the computer and you just discuss. Okay, what's our next move? Just as we did now.
Yeah.
And I like that. It's cooperative without actually being a co-op game.
Sounds good to me. Okay,